Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Travis, with PlayerProps.ai, and this is the plate we're locking in for the Sunday NFL slate. Now, we already have our Thursday night video, which is currently on the same YouTube channel. If you have not watched that and you are watching this one before Thursday Night Football kicks off, make sure you go watch that one as well and lock that one in. But yeah, so today is actually the last day of the WNBA regular season, which of course we're sporting the good old New York Liberty hat. If they win as a 3.5-point favorite in their game tonight, they set a new franchise record for wins, so we're definitely rooting for them. If you've been paying attention to anything in our Discord, I have a massive futures parlay where we've already hit NBA, we've already hit NHL on it. Next up is WNBA of the Liberty winning the title, and then of course we also have the Guardians on there as well. Both teams doing really good in the season, so pretty excited to turn 50 into $450,000. Fingers crossed that actually happens. But yeah, so we have the Sunday slate pulled up here. I don't think there's anything else to go through. If you're watching this for the first time, hey, welcome. Make sure you do the bare minimum. That's what we call the free stuff. If you don't do the free stuff, then when you lose, it's 100% on your fault. If you don't want it to be your fault when you lose, you want to blame someone else, do the free stuff. Chances are you may not lose. You subscribe to the free PlayerProps.ai YouTube channel. You download the free PlayerProps.ai app. You sign up for a free PlayerProps.ai account. You join the free PlayerProps.ai Discord and then sync your account to your Discord to open up the free PlayerProps.ai channels. Free stuff. If you don't do it, then hey, you're not somebody who wants to win. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on Sunday. To recap, if you're watching this video for the first time, you haven't seen any other videos for NFL, I'm not a huge fan of receiving yard lines that are under 40. So all three, or the four you see here at the top, these are all running back receiving lines are relatively low. Now, for me personally, I don't like low lines. However, our low lines, especially for the running backs, have been hitting more than not for the first 2 weeks of the season, so you definitely still can play them. But for me personally, not a fan. So if we're sticking with receiving yard lines, the first one that I would have any interest in, I know I just said 40 is my cap, but Isaiah Likely is relatively close at 32.5. He went off in week 1, and then he only got 26 in week 2 against Las Vegas. Now, I know they're easing Mark Andrews back into things because he's had a lot of injury history. But I really don't like... So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to pull up Likely's targets comparing the first game of the season when he went off for a jillion yards and comparing it to the second game of the season when he only had 26. So was he getting targeted enough against the Raiders, who had that massive upset and beat the Ravens, which was awesome because it knocked out a ton of people in the survivor pool? Let's see how many targets he had. So Mark Andrews had 5 targets, caught 4 of them for 51 yards. Isaiah Likely only had 3 targets. So again, I think they're on the process of easing Mark Andrews back into things. So until we see Isaiah Likely's targets and everything go up, I'm not really in love with that play. This is a sexy one here. Nico Collins, 75.5. This is, like I said, I like the receiving yards lines that aren't what I call baby lines. I like the legit lines. 75.5. This man, the first game had 117. Second game he had 135. AI says he's projecting him at 93 receiving yards. We are not betting that he's going to get 93 receiving yards. So if you alt his line to like 92.5, you're dumb. Don't do it. We don't bet on this number. This number just tells us which direction to go with this number. So because 93 receiving yards is a 24% difference, 75.5, if you see a 75 receiving yard line and you see anything here above 20%, it's really nice to lock in. So Nico Collins, CJ Stroud have a good relationship on and off the field. Clearly, I've seen the first 2 games when he has the minimum he's gotten so far this season is 117. We don't need him to get 117. We just need him to get 76. So, let me first check before I officially lock it in. if his line's better on DraftKings. So it's 75.5 on FanDuel. And his line is better on DraftKings. So we're locking this in on DraftKings. And I've had a lot of people say, hey, Travis, but I only bet on FanDuel. No, you don't. You used to only bet on FanDuel. Now, you follow the guidelines of PlayerProps.ai, which we're all about making as much money as possible, winning as many bets as possible, and losing as least amount of bets as possible. And how do you help those numbers go in your favor? You shop for the best possible line. If you're in a state that has 6 sports books, and you can find a sports book that maybe has Nico Collins at 70.5 receiving yards, take him on that one. These books do not deserve your loyalty to only bet on one book. You are in this to win as much money as possible, not to show FanDuel or DraftKings or whatever sportsbook you bet on. Hey, I'm a loyal customer. I only focus on you guys. No, we don't do that. You focus on the best line possible. Now, given that we're in version 1.0 of PlayerProps.ai, we only have DraftKings and FanDuel lines pulled in. Once we get to version 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and keep advancing and adding more tools and more features, you're going to see every single possible book pop up in the sources here. But for right now, out of the two that we compare, DraftKings has the best line. We're going over 73.5 receiving yards. 73.5, because as you see here again, FanDuel is 2 lines higher. So we're going to go for the best line. We're locking this in on DraftKings, 73.5. That was pretty easy to find. If you have any questions whatsoever, make sure you're in the community Discord, which is free to join. If you're not in there, shame on you. Do the free stuff. Do the bare minimum. Hashtag apply yourself. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Usually I have a lot more things to talk about, but just hoping the Liberty win tonight. They've already locked up the #1 seed. Hoping they set the franchise record, and then we need them to steamroll in the playoffs to knock another check mark on our massive futures parlay. But we will see you guys tomorrow when we do our Monday Night Football episode, which we record on Fridays because we're recording this on Thursday. If you have not tuned into a live stream yet, you're missing out. Those are a lot of fun. So we have our live shows on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and Monday night for Monday Night Football. We do those at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. These are live shows where you get onto YouTube and you watch it live as it's happening during those times. And everybody in the YouTube chat, they all drop their single favorite play, and we pull their play up on PlayerProps.ai. If the AI likes it, we add it to a parlay. And the name of the show is called A Dollar in a Dream, because we're trying to turn $1 into $100 or more. It's just a fun thing we do. We don't expect them to win because crazy parlays they have a less than 0.1% chance of hitting, but we like doing it as a community anyway because there's going to be one time this season where it's going to hit, and it's going to be awesome that everybody in the community hit a 100x parlay collectively. So it's just fun to tune in. Just a little fun something. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Sundays. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Mondays. We'll see you then. Don't make horrible choices when it comes to betting. Stop betting only parlays. Bet your singles. Win more often. Lose less often. That's the game plan. Good luck, guys.